Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, doing an Azata campaign. We are currently exploring through the Canabris markets, and we've been given a quest to try and find some priests of Desna who have been hunted by the city guard and by Holrun. And this is the first kind of quest along the Azata mythic path. So it's pretty important for us to be doing.
Well,
let's just heal Nest up a bit, because she's not doing so well. I know I could just rest, but I like to try and stretch out how often you do the rests. Firstly, because it progresses time. But also just for immersion reasons. I feel like stopping and taking a break mid-dungeon. I mean, outing it feels a bit better in a map kind of setting like this, because you can, you know, you're just kind of exploring through the city. But especially when you're in the middle of dungeons, it always feels weird to me that you just stop for like a day and chill out. Alright, let's go. Divine Zap from Camellia. Does terrible damage, but she's not too useful at the moment. Oh, there's more zombies than I thought here. Give him a whack, Sealer, even. Thank you.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Good on your Lan. Oh. That's somewhat scary. A shadow. It's immune to basically everything.
surrender or else.
Cover me, all right?
Not immune to being stabbed by a knife, though. So Wardriff is coming in handy. Divine Zap again, Camellia. Just a little bit of damage.
No glory
Get in there, Sealer.
without risk.
Nope.
You won't survive me.
Shadow's done. Nice.
Cover me. Too late for apologies.
Nice, Ember.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
We can handle some zombies. Law religion check.
This was simple
The
enough.
dug up graves and other clues indicate that a necromancer has recently conducted a ritual here.
Always watch your back.
Okay. The zombies are a bit of a giveaway for that as well.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
A throwing axe. That's nice. If I had Wenderwog with me, I would probably use that throwing axe with her. There's a build I've done with her before where you make a slayer who uses dual throwing axes. And it's pretty good.
We will win
From
this
memory.
war. They dare threaten
Well,
me.
these zombies really didn't care, did they?
Endure this.
I'll cut you open. I'll hit you.
You didn't hit him there, Ember. I can't stay mad at you though. You're too wholesome.
Stab their backs. Feel that?
Nice.
Into the fray.
You know what? I reckon we can handle this. Oh, change my mind. Now the zombie, shadow's shown up. I am immediately nervous again.
Make every strike count.
Oh, not too hard.
The spirits demand your blood. You won't stop us. I'll loot your corpse.
Where is the shadow? Oh, he's on the route. Oh,
You
He
crossed
is
the wrong mongrel.
having a bit of a fly, I guess. Area exit. Filling out the size of the map. The city has fallen at last. How glorious. Now I can stop pretending to be a shopkeeper and spend all my time on my true passion, reanimating the dead. At least someone's enjoying themselves.
Surrender or else.
Take a shot, Ember. Sealer, charge in there. Ooh. Yeah, Nest, you charge in as well. A miss. So now these guys have been buffed with haste. They probably have multiple attacks, which
You won't
is
survive me.
a little threatening, but we should be fine. Now I could use grease here. This looks like a fairly good avenue for grease. Problem with these, I know grease is really effective, but I always find my characters end up slipping on it more than the enemies does. We'll give it a pop though. Getting everyone on the ground, or at least a lot of them on the ground, is very effective.
Too late for apologies.
Why are they getting damage reduction? Oh, and everything except slashing damage. That's why Sealer's doing alright against them, I think.
The light. Thank you.
Your luck's run out.
Endure this.
Take out the Necromancer. Yeah, so if I were to walk over here now, I would become victim of the grease. I could have warned you from move it now, but Again, you didn't quite hit them, but that's okay. Hit the Necromancer with a Ray of Frost, or miss the Necromancer. Either's fine, up to you. Let's use Perfected Strike and Extra Attack just to get good.
Make every strike count.
And try and kill this Necromancer before they do anything too nasty. Okay, dismiss the spell now. It's just these two.
Distract them from me.
Yeah, use the Spirit Weapon enchantment.
Go for
Just
their
try and
heart.
kill this guy. Okay, Gorgia for a bit of a hit. Cantrips you. Divine Zap. Charge in there, Sealer. Ooh. It's a bit nasty. Use a touch of fatigue attack.
Your death awaits. Cover me.
Or
Stab their backs.
there you go. For some reason it wanted me to double click there. Not sure why.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Time to share your treasures.
Just the Necromancer
Wide
left.
open. You won't stop us.
They seem relatively strong though.
The Inheritor, guide my blade. On.
Oh, a bunch of them got scared. That's not what we want. Do another twin attack. Nice. Ooh, another special glaive. Move rest. I think that's mostly this whole side, or even entirely this whole side covered then. The disfigured corpses are laid out in a neat pattern in preparation for an unknown ritual. Well, that's probably what we just saw. Not entirely unknown. Right, where are we? Oh, we never did the... There's something over here we need to do.
Careful now.
I never went and did the Daeran. Well, yeah, we actually need to do it as part of our Hunt for the Priest's quest as well,
That's
actually.
easy.
But I'm not using that trunk to cross the gap again, even if it would be fine. Because we got... That's why we're all of us are at the death's door state, because we failed to check past a mobility check. Okay, let's fight these guys.
Save the last one for me.
You know what? I think you guys can handle this.
I heed the voice of the spirits.
More scroll of blur, that's not bad.
Precisely.
They
Oh.
will break against our resolve.
A babua.
The spirits demand.
Oh,
This is how it
God,
feels.
okay. That thing basically just one-shot Camellia. That's not nice.
You won't survive me.
No glory without risk.
Cover me, all right?
Ah!
See the spirit enchantment. And do a spell attack. I miss it.
Surrender or else.
Ah!
Oh, this thing hit. Oh, 3 attacks. Okay, this thing hits hard.
Endure this.
Into the fray.
Not hard enough to breach Sealer's defenses though.
Zap you or zap you. Why not both?
Glad that didn't count as an instant death.
My tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Always watch your back.
Thanks, Wooljeff, for spotting that. Okay. Searched out this whole area. Ember, use your last spell healing Camellia. I don't want to completely dump all my potions. Don't want to completely dump all my potions again. Count Arende's servant. Thank the gods, I've found someone who isn't fleeing in a panic. Are you crusaders? Mercenaries? The comely half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I am a servant of Count Daeran Kael Nevis Arande. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. I managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away on the next street over. He meets your gaze with pleading eyes. Count Arande? I have seen him a few times before, from afar. He looked highly audacious. I confess that he did capture my attention. But that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of a rich and influential man can only benefit us. Camellia. Succeeded at a knowledge world check. You have heard about the Arande family before. This wealthy and noble Mendevian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving family member, the young Count Daeran, has an infamous reputation. He is well known for being a rake and a rogue. Misfortune comes to dog the house of Arande, I see. The servant cringes. You're telling me? Everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying that it can't have just been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family and almost killed off the line. But I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive that calamity, that meant he must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. The servant cast his eyes around the street. I should have listened to people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else, preferably far away from Canabris. Tell me more about what happened. I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn and back to dusk again, serving the guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up and there are demons inside the mansion. I couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in the great hall as far as I could tell. The door to the room was sealed and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, hurry. The mansion's doors are sturdily built, but the demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you still have time to rescue the people inside. Alright, I'll help. Where is your master's house? It's not far at all. You'd better off entering from the next street over, through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. Well, if he were killed by demons, he wouldn't do anything, really, would he? Right, there's just one more quarter of this area left to search, but we'll go and rescue the Count. This seems like a time-sensitive issue. Leave. Right, back here. Oh, we can carry on and go straight to Horgur Squirm's mansion afterwards as well. And do Camelia's side character quest. Travel. Oh, that's why. We'll go there later. There is someone on the road. Get ready.
Something. Careful now.
Ah, it's Nenio. I thought it would be this.
Wearing a robe? Check. Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check. Note to self. Bring a mirror next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment.
The woman produces a crumpled piece of paper from her sleeve and takes notes.
An audience. Problematic but not critical. You there, girl. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
She looks like one of us, but she talks kinda weird. Who's there with you?
Who? Oh, them. Just an audience. They don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment.
Well, she did ask me to stay out of this for the benefit of science, so shrug and remain silent.
In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause.
It seems the cultist wishes to say something, but the woman won't let him.
Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
She produces a pencil and a crumpled piece of paper from her sleeve.
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his enemies with his horns.
Oh, I passed a law religion check. Actually, it's Isagol, a glaive made of red adamantine.
That is correct. But still, girl, no prompting, please.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist if I knew the answer.
This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn. I would never have expected the followers of the great Baphomet to be baffled by such a simple question. Fine. Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
A bull. Of course, everybody knows that.
Yep, and a cow.
It's an Aurochs, as a matter of fact.
I'd like to ask you to stop prompting them, but it seems they could do with a prompt or two. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
Damn it, she's right. I'm a shitty excuse for a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Oh, you've ruined their self-esteem.
Hey, take it easy. We've only had 2 questions. You there, come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
Yeah, ask them some more. They might still manage it.
Is there any sense in continuing? We cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Brutal.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
B-A...
Nope.
A... Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions. I'm done here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
It'd be nice if it was that easy to stop all the cultists. The cultist throws his weapon on the ground in a fit of anger.
Hey, wait! You there! How dare you stir up discord in our ranks? Grab her and tie her up, and her entire entourage too!
The experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
They should have known better.
You could help maybe, but fair enough.
Make every strike count.
Oh wow. Hit twice but still didn't kill it. That's fair. Oh, it's Camellia, not Nest.
You are today's sacrifice.
Try and finish off the archer. Nice.
Distract them for me.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Go for their hearts. I'll hit you.
Simple enough. The absence of an answer is an answer too. We've seen that guy before. Or someone like him anyway.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, girl? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science? Let's proceed with the experiment. My first question is simple. Which colors does the goddess Iomade prefer?
I can't express how much it matters to me that I pass all of the following checks. I don't want Nenio to think I'm stupid. Nope. Fail the law religion check. You haven't the slightest idea, but perhaps you can guess? Blue and gold?
Blue and gold are the colors of the demon lord Ereshkigal,
Oh dear.
the keeper of the secrets of the universe. Iomade's colors are red and white.
Damn it. Well, that's a bad start.
I suppose I should terminate the experiment due to the subject's utterly woeful performance.
What?
But don't get upset. We all can't be smart. Someone has to be strong. I liked how you defeated those cultists.
How dare you? You only asked me one question.
It seems to me that I owe you an explanation. My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the great Encyclopedia Galarianica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Now can you finally tell me what you were getting at with all those questions?
It is so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the experiment has proven that the opposing parties possess approximately equal faculties in this regard. A shame indeed, for I've always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It appears I was mistaken.
Are you basing that off of me not knowing one question? So you're trying to say that I'm mediocre?
Yes.
Don't you dare call me stupid.
Unable to deal with the questions, the Crusader decides to deal with the Examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence.
You just said the exact same thing to the cultists. You are a burn machine, Nenio. Why do you keep calling me girl? I have a name, you know.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
Canabris isn't safe right now. Shall we join forces?
Do you wish to become my follower?
No.
To accompany me on my expeditions to the world wound? To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me?
No.
Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid! Of course, I agree.
I guess I'm your assistant now.
Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
If we join forces, you'll have to follow my instructions during our expeditions.
Huh? What? Oh, yes, the dangers and these battles. Of course, I will follow your orders. I place my life in your capable hands, so I can focus on the things that really matter.
I agree.
Excellent. You're hired. To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer.
I'm beginning to understand why.
Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place. I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
I do like Nenio, but I don't think I'm going to use her much in this playthrough. But we have her anyway. You can just make your own way back to the Defender's Heart.
I always have the upper hand.
I'll keep her around to do her quests and things like that. Oh, there's a masterwork composite. Does Lan already have a master? Oh yeah, he's got the wicked longbow. So Lan doesn't need a masterwork
That's easy.
composite longbow. Right, let's carry on to Daeran's mansion. Enter.
The heartbeat quickens.
There's demons in the kitchen.
Time to share your treasures!
Just some dretches though.
You won't stop us.
I'll loot your corpse.
I'll cut you wide open.
Now this is quite a party. What a splendid occasion, Count, and this new Numerian elixir is quite something. He's got table dancers and everything. Oh look, such darling little creatures. Oh, I smell beauty. They're demons, help. Wonderful. Now brace yourself for the smell of your own blood, you ghastly eyesore. This party is kicking off. Oh. Nest is immediately downed. That's not good. All the courtesans are freaking out. I think I'll probably rest after we've done this, so... Go nuts with your abilities, everyone.
You won't survive me.
Cover me, all right?
Surrender or else!
The spirits demand your blood.
Oh no, not Drunk Noble. Aranka. That's one of the people we're looking for.
No glory without risk!
Have the courtesans just using their turns to run around like crazy. Hit the dretch. Over here, Warjiff.
Too late for apologies!
Oh no, one of the courtesans and another drunk noble. It's such a tragedy. You're just too far away to do anything.
The light, take you!
Oh, you know what? Coming off turn-based mode, I can't be bothered to watch all these courtesans running around every time they get hit.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Come on, Aranka, focus. There must be a way out somewhere.
I'm the best.
Portrait of Galfrey Mende, ruler of the kingdom and founder of all the crusades in the Worldwound.
Greetings, valiant stranger who has just burst into my life. I am the master of this house, Count Daeran Kale, myriad mellifluous monikers Arunde. No need to introduce yourself. I find remembering insignificant details, such as the name of passing acquaintances, such a bore.
Wow. Bona fide blue bloods and unparalleled aristocracy. All this makes me itch to do something really crass. Ooh, like blow my nose on the curtains.
What are you waiting for, my squamous squire? The curtains in
Squamous.
this room are velvet.
That's a word.
But we have some excellent silk ones with gold thread elsewhere in the house. Take your pick. My soft furnishings are yours to do with as you wish. I'm quite sick of the place, truly. I shall either sell it or burn it to the ground and build a new mansion in its place.
I can't help but really like Daeran. He's that perfect kind of balance of unbearable prick, but also kind of amusing.
Now that we've finished with the niceties, tell me this. How did all those thrice-damned demons end up at my soiree?
Must have been some party to miss the fact that Carnaberus was being attacked by hordes of demons and Discari himself.
Oh, come. The party was deathly dull. Rather like one of the prelate's interminable sermons. I really ought to be grateful to the demons for their intrusion. They certainly added a frisson to the proceedings. It seems as though Discari's occasion was altogether more of a crush than mine, if you will pardon the pun.
The Count casts a look at the curtained window and the light from the city's fires flickering between the gaps in the fabric. I don't like you, die. Definitely not. What should I know about you, Count, apart from the fact that you're highborn and very rich?
As a child, I had my very own pony, but I always dreamed of having a lamb. I was never allowed one. Sheep were seen as peasant animals, utterly unsuitable for the scion of a noble line. The trauma haunts me to this day. I think of it every time I have roast lamb for dinner.
Now that is hardships. It's almost like he didn't have Sky.
I'm sorry that happened to you. Such a sad story.
She means it as well, Ember, bless her.
I had not even the slightest intention of upsetting such a lovely child.
At least he's not like...
I'm not lovely. Some people have even called me a scarecrow before.
He's sarcastic, but he's not just outwardly mean to people like Camellia is.
That's patently absurd. Why, you can't possibly be a scarecrow with a crow following you around.
Airtight logic from Daeran there.
I'm sorry if I failed to sate your curiosity. I loathe talking about myself to people I don't know, even more to those I do know. The only thing worth knowing, aside from the fact that I am highborn and filthy rich, is that I dislike Puritans and demons in equal measure. Well, perhaps demons a tad more.
You don't seem very concerned about the city's fate.
I have no friends here whose untimely demise I would care to mourn. The only alarming thing is how easily all this happened. I don't care for the thought that demons could come calling at my door at any moment. And just think, everyone had so much faith in the wardstones gifted by Iomede's herald, and in the might of our tamed dragon, as if there had been no Dresden or a dozen other routes where the demons overcame every defense.
The Count falls silent and rubs his brow, looking fatigued.
The Orendes are one of the most ancient and noble families in Mendiv. They are related by blood to Queen Galfrey herself. The Count is the last remaining member of his dynasty. The rest all perished around 10 years ago. In the tragedy at the family seat, Heaven's Edge, the demons got past the defenses and massacred everyone inside.
I thank you for providing your friend with that helpful summary, my lady. I believe I've seen you before, with that hilarious buffoon Horgus Gwyrm. I sincerely hope you are not engaged in any kind of sordid arrangement with him. The thought of something so splendid in proximity to something so grotesque makes me feel quite ill. You deserve a better fate than that, no doubt.
Your civility knows no bounds, Count. I most assuredly do not have any arrangement with Master Gwyrm.
As Camellia speaks, hints of carefully suppressed irritation slip into her voice. I expect a little gratitude for saving you.
Of course, where are my manners? There. You can also poke about the house and claim whatever takes your fancy. Though I imagine some of you already had that in mind.
The Count briefly inspects his hand, then selects the ring with the largest gemstone, removes it, and tosses it to you. Item received. Orende family ring.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
Don't act like you weren't thinking it, Woljif. You can go to the Defender's Heart. It's under the protection of Irabeth Tirabade and the Eagle Watch.
I thank you for the invitation, but I am not quite as desperate as I may seem. At times, it is better to be surrounded by the repugnant mugs of demons than the sour and dour physiognomies of Iomede's righteous paladins.
What about my physiognomy? Sour enough for his lordship? Don't worry, another few minutes with the dazzling Count here, and it'll sour like week-old milk.
Seela raises her sword with a flourish and uses its smooth surface as a mirror.
What's this? An attractive paladin with a sense of humor? You're a veritable walking scandal. Either way, my mansion is now safe. I have a pair of half-decent guards. I just need to drag them out of the storeroom and bring them to their senses. I ordered them to drink a love potion, you see? For reasons which seemed extremely witty at the time and in the state of inebriation I then found myself in. They can guard the house while the valorous paladins beat back the demon assault. They will beat them back, yes?
That's a little problematic, Daeran.
As regards myself, I feel like stretching my legs. I know rudimentary divine spells, I am no friend to demons, and I elevate any society that I deign to grace with my presence. I shall accompany you, only for a short time, of course. I have no desire to remain at the vanguard for a protracted period. What say you, my ephemeral but highly diverting acquaintance? After all, Lord Descari spoiled my party. I now burn with the desire to spoil his.
Thoughts?
I don't like this guy much at all. Not even because of his personality, but just... I sense something dark about him.
I guess thumping him one next time he comes out with more aristocratic witterings is not allowed? All the more reason to take him with us. If we don't kill him, the demons surely will.
Lan flashes a cocky smile.
He has all these friends at his party, and he still looks so lonely. We can take him with us. Maybe it will make him feel better?
Don't ask me. Having him tag along would be like going for a nighttime stroll through the back alleys with a diamond tiara on your head. Even I don't like that kind of attention.
The Count's presence can only benefit us. I think we should say yes.
Deal.
Capital. Good acquaintances that begin and end at just the right moment often leave the most pleasant memories. Wouldn't you say?
So I know I just said I didn't want Ember. Well, I didn't want Nenio even. But I am definitely going to do this playthrough with Daeran. Because he's one of my favourites. But we're going to go to Horgusquirm's mansion, so we still need to keep Camellia with us for now. But I think long term he's going to replace her. Lan and Waljiff are just too useful at the moment. Sealer's pretty useful as well. Yeah, you can... For now you can just go back, but... You know, I'll swap him out for Ember for now. But Ember is going to be a long-term party member as well. But yeah, because we're doing Camellia's side quest in a bit, we'll keep her there. Let's have a look at Daeran.
Smile. The world's
So,
not
like Ember,
just
he's a spontaneous caster, so you don't need to prepare any spells. He just has a kind of set amount that he can cast during the day. He's very geared towards buffing. But I think long run we're going to build him as a dual wielder in melee, so he can do some sort of stuff there as well. I think he can get a pet as well. Let's give him some potions. And some scrolls to get started with, just so he's got something to do if he runs out. Let's have an inflict light wound scroll. Yeah, that's fine for now.
Success.
The intricate patterns on the harp depict the stars, the moon, and the butterflies, the hallmarks of the goddess Desna. Our anchor. Thank you, stranger. The young woman does not look the least bit scared. Her cheeks are flushed and her blue eyes are glittering. For saving us from the demons and for your timely entrance, I swear I don't know who has enraged me more today, the demons or the oh-so-fallible master of this house. I'm a friend of Ilk's. He asked me to find and protect you. The young woman clasped her hands together. Ilk's is alive, and he's made a brilliant new friend. It's a shame it had to happen now when the city is under siege by demons, and those pig-head inquisitors are pursuing us instead of doing something useful. How did you end up here? Halron's hounds found me and Wallflower and they tried to capture us. I distracted them, then I lost them in the streets before charming my way into this party. Even if the inquisitors saw where I went, they wouldn't have been allowed past the door. Halron holds no sway among certain members of the aristocracy. So I picked a good place to lie low. That is until the demons showed up. She shivers and wraps her arms around herself. Now that's more like it. So I have inadvertently been harbouring a traitor wanted by the Canabras Inquisition? This day wasn't such a waste after all. Daeran. Do you know where the third of your group is? Wallflower? No idea. If he knows about the demon attack, he won't just hide away. He'll go out and try to help people. If he doesn't know, well, you have no chance of finding him. He's a pretty skilled mage, but I doubt he'll risk using magic. He'll probably do something the Inquisitors won't expect. Pose as someone. Disguise himself. We had a great selection of masquerade costumes in the temple. She becomes lost in thought for a moment. I know. I'll tie my shawl around your arm. Wallflower gave it to me. He'll spot it right away and know you're a friend. If I were you, I'd look for him in Canabras Market Square. Item received. Aranka's shawl. Tell me about yourself. I'm Aranka, travelling bard and follower of Desna. Many of my fellow bards are rootless misfits who wander the world, unwilling or unable to live a normal life. For me, that's only partly true. I have a wonderful family, my mother, father, grandmother and brother. Right now they are far away and I'm sure they miss me. But they have always supported me in my vocation and they let me be free to roam. Because they knew that I couldn't be happy while there was so much in the world I hadn't explored and so many places where people might need my help. What can you tell me about the master of the house? About the Count? Her voice drops to a whisper. I've wanted to smash a jug over his head about 5 times today already. He just brings that feeling out in people. It's one of his many talents. Other than that, well, you've probably already heard about the Arende family. All I can say is that the Count's servants flee this place like rats from a sinking ship. No one ever stays here long, even though he pays them extravagantly. I even heard one servant complain that he always feels uneasy in the Count's home, like someone is watching him, unseen eyes staring at the back of his head, even if his back is to the wall, even if he turns around. I don't know if I believe all these tales, but I'm just telling you what I've heard. Yeah, that's the word on the street too. Woljif hunches his shoulders. This mansion is the tastiest morsel in the whole city, but all the thieves are afraid to even set foot in the street. Are you deliberately talking as if I'm not here? Excellent. Like any polite host, I shall return the favour and act as if you're not here either. Oh, Daeran. Why did you decide to break into the Wardstone and cast magic on it? You put your lives at risk. Your information could have been a trap set by the demons. But it wasn't a demon trap, Aranka says forcefully. Then her voice softens and her expression turns pensive. You know, living next to the World Wound and seeing the powerlessness of the Crusaders, it's very hard. We've been trying to defeat the demons for 100 years now, and we've got nothing to show for it. I think that Queen Galfrey and the other leaders think that we can defeat evil if we line up our soldiers in perfect columns and send them marching off with a stirring battle cry. We just need a few more soldiers, a little more discipline. But we've been marching for 100 years, and it's always 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And while the soldiers are marching, people like Halron are seizing power behind their backs. His fanaticism and cruelty were forged in the same furnace as the Crusaders' righteousness. We will never defeat the demons if we keep trying to march down this same path. We need to change tack, to challenge our principles, trust our hearts and our friends, and not mouldering doctrines. We need to listen to any entity that is willing to help us. My friends and I listened, and we trusted, and we tried to change something. At least we tried, even though it didn't work out. Lan. Great idea. Marching in straight lines won't work, so let's go attack the demons in a merry band of hopers and dreamers, brimming with enthusiasm and doing just whatever we feel like. When the demons see us coming, they'll die of hysterics and our victory will be complete. Don't be such a wet blanket, Lan. Naive, Sealer. Naive children, that's what you are. But I admit, your words stir something in my soul. I wouldn't put you in charge of a military campaign, but I'd be proud to fight alongside you. Can you get somewhere safe on your own? It looks like the Inquisitors aren't busting down the door just yet, and they're not hiding under the bed, so I think I'm safe for now. I'll be fine on my own. I'll go to our temple to Ilks. I'll go to our temple to Ilks. The Inquisitors must have searched there by now. They won't be back a second time. I have to go. Good luck. May Desna be with you, stranger. Nest agrees with her. She thinks all the formality of the Crusades is holding them back. That's her attitude. Mobility 18.
This is my kind of work.
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
Oh, I can't rest here. Okay. Let's head off. Yeah, I'd still like to do a rest before we do Guam's Mansion. Protective Rituals, Sealer's still the best. Camouflage, Warjift's still definitely the best. Night Watch. Lan and Camellia. Alchemy. Let's move Nest over to Alchemy, and Daeran you can... Oh no, Nest is moving over to Scroll Scribbing, and Daeran you can do Alchemy. Oh, I forgot to learn the chicken spell. The chicken recipe. We'll do that next time. I need to remember to get an alchemy kit and a scroll scrubbing kit as well, otherwise those slots are useless. Begin resting.
Keep 'em peeled, Paladin. Round and round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. No trick, no magic, just nimble fingers. Watch closely now. We don't want no hard feelings later. 1, 2, one more time, and hey, presto! Well, which cup is the pea under?
Seriously? Out of everybody in the party, you picked me? I learned the cups and balls trick before I could talk, you little punk. Now sit down and let Sister Seela show you how it's done.
Now you might be wondering, because Daeran is, as you can see on his character, his alignment is neutral evil, and the Azata is like a chaotic good path. So you might be wondering why I want to have him with us. For one, I like him, but also I think the nature of chaotic good, I don't just want a full party of, you know, paladins and obvious good guys. I think it's more fun to have a bit of a mix of all the rages. So if we have Warjift with us as a chaotic neutral, if we have, you know, Lamb with us as lawful neutral, but then Daeran as neutral evil. For now, I think having that kind of spread is appropriate for the way Nest operates. And also, I think something about his attitude would appeal to Nest, even though she's not a fan of authority figures. He's kind of a bit of the exception to that rule, I think. Nope. Let's put the rapier on him now. He comes at level 3, doesn't he? Yeah. It's also nice to have someone in the party that's not at death's door. Travel to the Guam Mansion. Right, just going to take a bit of a break before doing this. Yeah, that's now we've got Daeran and Nenio. I think that's all the companions that you can get for Act 1. So we've built up the party options. Yeah, see you next time.